for your mama Joe, your mama Kwaba, Ukwada for Fro, Asayaba. I NDC 360. It is a NDC 360. Eye Jumadi Sonko, Jumadi Wanso, Jumadi Fefe Fa. NDC Amonyoko na sheshe, Ede Bode wo Yama Pa, NDC Amonyoko, NDC Amano, Eyama wo, Enigana Nibia, Utimi. Hadye, ye church seminimu, ye de bafom. Ye church remu in a way a crampa, ye won incha yempo. We tell you the truth and nothing by the truth. Tell a friend to tell a friend that NDC 360 is live. Dr. Aryeh is live. Like our comments, share to all others. Yeda producers ase, yeda Allow Silence Media ase, Wezo TV yeda mase, yeda Power FM ase, XYZ TV, XYZ Radio, Yedamase. And the Ghana Foa, Yahu don't must streaming live on all the numerous social media and digital media platforms. Echa Ewiasia Fananina Eshia. Midin the Dr. Aryeh and the Jumedia Yebedino. Ewo NDC 360. Mena midi ho chiame. Ibe try ho akwaje aboa from Krato Aba.
It's our pride. And at Gold Ball Jewelry, we celebrate that pride every day with craftsmanship that reflects who we are as Ghanaians. Introducing the Gold Ball Jewelry Gold Tablet. Pure, certified, proudly Ghanaian gold. The best part, when you buy a Gold Ball Jewelry tablet, you own it. You keep your gold with you, not with us. It's more than a jewelry. It's a smart investment for every Ghanaian who wants to secure their future. Gold Ball Jewelry Gold Tablet. Own your gold. Own your future.
Therefore, your son so mama kwaba eba NDC 360. And ne NDC 360 ayeba be ye chemu afamiensa. 3 segments. Of ID kind the first segment a government this week. Government this week a ofa ya shasha to wa ye de ka nema pa any all other information and news for the central government, the presidency, the vice presidency, and central government. They are buying no air ya. Ye GD ye say air Ghana for na ne she Ghana ni monyam. That is government this week. Of I told me no NDC and you. The enyehu ene the aswatia Ghana for do na edi wadanse. Any major state institutions anamontua omutua ebua Ema niema ekoso ewo Ghana ha. Major state institutions. Ejumadi omudi the interventions any policies are omudi egu akwamu a Ghana for do na edi one dance no munya so faso. That is NDC and you because it is the vision of the NDC political party no. And no na e go into policies are ye campaign ye kan ho asema major institutions e championing. That is NDC and you. The third and the final segment, a moment of truth. moment of truth ye no kremre ye the documents akese papers akese e ka no kre na de no kre no e dead it separates the boys from the men a moment of truth so ye betwa ye musima ne agye aboafo nkato aba. I was avo yamama kwaba about government this week. When me buy adwin say emeriti awamuni eye ensentro adwumakuo chenchenche kakakapa agi din wo wiase afa na nyina ni din ahyeta e wa aman hodo bebre so wo wiase afa na nyim eye Devex Publications. Na Devex Publications abubo ewiase afa na mu empanyufo twotwo wo etitre ni anintini aman panyinfo a omonye pesame nkumnya omodo omoman empanyinfo a omoso dae pa efa omoman ho empanyinfo a enhyehyeye omode gu akwan mu no ebua ma omoman ekoso. Leaders who are compassionate, leaders whose initiative culminates in making sure that the countries they represent are better off. The countries they represent develop. Now, what is the criteria? Devex Publications at the year, sir, ranking see. The TN say, sir, Devex Publications see. Almost share a mine in paying for a set to say the American. How was I'm paying for bois ama impuntu husikasema koso. Development finance, humanitarian aid, policy aid, economic reforms, any some paying for their fights and their resolve towards global health. Almost share bono. Almost we are seeing for na nyina omabo nipa aduonu 50 empanyifo a ebimu ye presidents ebimu ye politicians ebimu ye businessmen and what have you. Na enije sema e wo sa asem wo mu ne say yebobo ye no Ghana man panyin His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama tikasi e we adwe yeso oye number 5 yankasa oye number 40 ana say oye number 30 ana oye number 49 yesi ewiase nyina ono toso enum baako mienu miensa ena enum as far as development and initiatives are eboa omoman are concerned. Enti yebetwa ye nkakra na yedimfoni baako mienu miensa bi akyerem ye ba na abekirikiri.
Let me be direct about what we are up against. Too many of our countries are caught in what I call the triple dependency. We depend on others for our security choices. We depend on donors for our health and educational systems. We supply the world's critical minerals but capture almost none of its value. This isn't sovereignty, it's a trap. And it's getting worse. In my quiet moments, as I try to find solutions, here's what I've learned. Crisis creates clarity. The clarity is this, that we must build our own capacity to act.
I was here for Nigidi Yepa Sam Sinia, a chachre. The ATN say, Sir Devex Publications. O ma hwehwem te se de mekan no ewiase afa na nyina ahwe mpanyufo akese a omo hyehye no efa niema policies and interventions a aman de gu akwan mu at a time a omo kuro no ho akire omo pa development finance and omo hwe eye mpuntuo hu sikasem global health eye wiase afa na nyina ya pomuden sam ehihye ben ye de gu akwan mu adwenkyere ben na ye de ba the idea behind this ye bebo ama wiase afa na nyina ya pomuden sam akwa anim economic reforms wa unim ye ba ye Ghana ye sikasem into toye within a space of 1 year. What has been the legacy of President John Dramani Mahama within a year no where you Ghana every sikasem to toye ana enko ye embo number e de edu ba bia ye gina yi into ma hwe sa na ma we nyina and I did President Mahama ato number 5 out of 50 so we are safe na nyina ye ka empanyimfo a omo bon ho mode no do omo man na omo nim bia wo soro a oma beye a poster boy for we are safe na nyina to look after as far as leadership and governance is concerned. That is the major backbone of DIVEX for omo publication. Said them kind DIVEX the omo ye I mean the media publication entity omo yes ahwehwemu amechemi. Now DNT na sa publication yana ranking ye koso. One me be adwen say enche nanse ya eye amaya wodo akese a omo no mudro omo na so kakra eye the developed world no. Many of them especially America omo de hihye egu akwan mu say sika enkane na omo de boa ebibi man ni amaya afi no mo so enyi efefe kakra no bibi nti omo mfa say scan ma biom ti wo hwa ya kyerɛ ha why it matters now. Traditional donors, I'm talking about the UK, I'm talking about America and Europe, are reducing foreign aid, pushing developing countries to seek new strategies and partners. Leaders who can navigate this shift are gaining global influence. Inti the kyerɛ ha ne say America obekaya na say omo program be on friend USAID, United States Agency for International Development, USAID. Omo say sika omo chama amaya hodo nyina no Ghana I know say afi be about $150 million and the USAID eba Ghana. Omo say you ofri o di otua o ni wanya ntombi omo fa say ska no emma Ghana bi omo enya Ghana nko amaya hodo bebre etwa ehwahia that USAID program no omo twam nti Davis 4-year ranking say ye twa mu no amaya dodo asan na ometimi din hihye gu akwan mu a even in the absence of this USAID no oman ne koso omo hwe mo say President Mahama hihye o de gu akwan na bro adwene ntiase so efe dodo no mo bona ba so omo de na to number 5. So that is the meaning of this. And what is the DIVEX Power 50? Just omo lesi nipa 50 to say de mekan no a omo bom homodin. It is an annual ranking of 50 most powerful people shaping global development. Measures influence across policy, financing, innovation, partnership, and systemic change. Focuses on the post-aid era, where influence increasingly comes from ideas and strategies, not just money. The Chinese say, "Emrea enkane na amaya kese no edi sika kakra boa aman pii no sisi ano saa moane ni hobiem nti hihye ben na amaya hudo ina de egu akwan mu a emma the need for sika no and the absence of sika no enye so evident ma wi ase afa na nyina. That is what it means. Now President Mahama adie ba ko poti pa omode born abaso edene to number 5 out of 50 no the program I refer to Accra Reset Initiative. In Tubesha, he was recognized for his leadership in advancing a new model of African development which borders on self-reliance, independence, and innovation, thinking outside the box, financial prudence, fiscal responsibility, and a fiscal discipline, nina abua ama Ghana, even in the absence of US aid and other international financing regimes or source of funding, Ghana etime jana na so bibia etime ko. It was one of the major reasons. Now, what is the Accra Reset? So the Accra Reset is a central reason DEVEX cited President Mahama for global influence. It is a policy and diplomatic framework aimed at reshaping development for Ghana, Africa, and the global south. Now, core principles of the Accra Reset. The core principles are the actually say FAPIM. Sa Accra Reset ni jina so no dey way. The foundational pillars Accra Reset ni jina so no ene dey way. Number 1, or say economic sovereignty and domestic resource mobilization. Domestic resource mobilization. Or say focuses on Africa generating its own funding for development. Say the mekan no. You try USA no. 150 million dollars ana afibia Ghana nya no. Sisi assess kan ni obium. But this I won't say. Denti ana enka na ye de say sika no ma Ghana no. Say sika ni obium no programs ana e running under this sika no egu ana enguye. The answer is enguye. USA sika no Ghana enka ni many years. What were they using those monies for? Malaria treatment and management. Obekaya I do maybe na mosquito net. Baby, ye check. It was because of USAID. Malaria medications. Edura yedema ubia wanya malaria. Those monies were also funded. Those medications were funded by USAID. HIV and tests and treatment, any management. Net saying maternal and child health. Yama mu kwa wo mu a enchehye ben na ban ni gu akwan mu sika san ne de to a ye de baki the need for care for the mother and the child. All these things were niema na America aban no de boa Ghana through the USA program. And now me no ka say scanning ho, but we are doing incrementally well. Me no ka say you increase the funding to National Health Insurance Scheme for the first time, over 9.9 billion Ghana cedis. Our President Mahama at the National Health Insurance Scheme, and then because of the confidence in our National Health Insurance, within a space of 1 year, the past 650,000 Ghanaians have rolled onto the National Health Insurance Scheme because of confidence in the health system, and because of President Mahama an initiative to fund and retool the National Health Insurance Scheme. So this policy talks, this part of it talks about government's initiative and innovation to fill the gap as US aid no na effort. So it includes strengthening tax systems, combating illicit financial flows, and better natural resource governance. An example of better natural resource governance is the policy of Gold Board. Ghana, for many years, a good year to know foreign nationals, and now they export it and don't even bring the foreign exchange to Ghana. So we were not prudently managing our natural resources. And now I say because of President Mahama's initiative in Gold Board, Ghana Timia realizing the true potentials of our natural resources. And we believe that because of President Mahama's initiative, we can even do more. And as we go forward, we will discuss a few things in the Gold Board for it is in line with this metrica DEVEX for Edema President Mahama's award. And so better natural resource governance. The next principle is regional economic integration. So the Accra Reset promotes deeper implementation of African continental free trade area to increase intra-Africa trade, industrialization, and job creation. What has President Mahama done? Now, because of what team were coming, be an in the Sahel regions, most of them Burkina Faso and what have you, Etiopia free. AU, ECOWAS, and what have you. What did President Mahama do? President Mahama made sure, said, he will appoint a special envoy to the Sahel regions to deepen, and to build the relationship and war between Africa, Ghana, and the Sahel region. Because whatever you do, they are brothers. And so President Mahama's single intervention in that regard, in so many ways, as far as trade is concerned, in making sure say any animal more Sahel regions, a good and good relationship as far as business and trade is concerned. It was one of the key things President Mahama DIVEX for airborne aba. So a committee for accelerated export development program. OTAC. So President Mahama set a committee, he was part of it. So accelerated development program and also accelerated export development program and also trade near a course. So it was one of the pillars. Number 3, advocacy for fairer global systems. Calls for debt relief, fairer trade rules, and climate finance that reflects African realities. What are they talking about? They are basically talking about President Mahama or UN General Assembly. His advocacy on reparations. For many years, most of the European countries, UK, the US, and what have you, they sought after cheap labor from Ghana through colonialism and slave trade. And over 2 million people were taken away from Africa. Those people were the bedrock of all development and systems abrofuno built for so many years. What I say, slave trade, it was cheap labor. Sika saying no mutuaye for that. How much did they pay in reparations? Gold, diamond, and the natural resources are binti. Yedifi Ghana and Africa kwa manonino. In terms of fair trade, have they been able to pay us back? Have they shown, say, their course, it was say a remind and Ghana in your sofa. So these were some of the things that President Mahama Ekan was fair trade, which I say proper tariffs, charges, taxes omode egu akwam Ghana and be my enya sonfa so sa pepepe and a President Mahama ni advocacy okan wasem UN say major policies and I say in Shishaya UN edi gu akwam no it must not only any kwan say a benefit abrofono do na nko as compared to Africa and Ghana. It is Shishaya omdo egu akwam no ye make sure say e fankita hudie na adwade hu a e wo say Africa and Ghana enya so fa so almost the same as kwanya abrofono so nya so fa so President Mahama spoke about it. Health sovereignty. So initial launch focus on Africa health sovereignty. Obekaya in August President Mahama here health sovereignty summit be Accra International Conference Center. Na obia amaya ho do mpanyfo bebre ba Ghana to discuss the way forward as far as global health is concerned. So the be yin na betena se aka boom na ya church na dwen kwan a Ghana na ebibi man ene ewiase afa na nyina yin na beboa ama apomode sem no akosoro. President Mahama ebaye wa launch the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, the Mahama Cares Program. No when me be adwen say nanse hwehwe mu kire say 45% of Aryeh kunipa no na non-communicable disease, diabetes, hypertension, stroke, and what have you. President Mahama amfa ne nsa nhye ne dem refem. Wanka se ne sent no ewi ase for many ska America for the UK for many ska no fa kosa Aryeh. Ono wankasa accredit the policy amount of funding from National Health Insurance Scheme. Ono wankasa donate businessmen, philanthropists, and the people bebre are donated to this program. We're finding a lasting solution to this problem as far as our health is concerned. And you also count on more President Mahama. But so finally, also new governance and financing models aims to create alternatives to the traditional aid model by working with development finance institutions private capital and innovative partnership. The President Mama Abekaya between 2013 and 2017, Tama be free abemu for the first part. Or agreement be brea amfa eka anto Ghana ye national debt so. It was alternative source of funding. It was innovative. Obekaya ye build, own, operate and transfer agreement BOT. MPS Port, Meridian Port Services, President Mama Yebi. Kotoka International Airport Terminal 3, President Mama Yebi. These were alternative source of funding. It was a new model. President Mama de Ghana. Ebebu adwuma ema niema ko ye in several parts of your country no. The infrastructure. Ebu aye. Omabo President Mama abaso because of that, because President Mama yes initiatives we na amfa eka kese ma meto aban no so na ma meto Ghana so. Enti these were the founding or foundational pillars na ewo Accra reset agenda ni ma President Mama eka wan say mo Switzerland or kan wan say mo America or kan wan say mo UK all done a di actually we are self na nyina say indeed oyo mampanyi a oso daipa na daya oso no eye daya ebuaman eye daya edi mpuntuo ba oman mu eye daya e change ana esesa how a ewoso oman bi etini eye ne niema enti ye bought the vex for abaso for this ratings, for this ranking, and yeah, Ghana had you say we could have even done better because of the President Mama buy within a space of 1 year. Wetimi aye ama Ghana any we are for na enya eso infasopa. You be try ho aje nkrato aba.
It's our pride. And at Gold Bond Jewelry, we celebrate that pride every day with craftsmanship that reflects who we are as Ghanaians. Introducing the Gold Bond Jewelry Gold Tablet. Pure, certified, proudly Ghanaian gold. The best part, when you buy a Gold Bond Jewelry tablet, you own it. You keep your gold with you, not with us. It's more than a jewelry. It's a smart investment for every Ghanaian who wants to secure their future. Gold Bond Jewelry Gold Tablet. Own your gold. Own your future. From the heart of Ghana comes elegance that endures. Gold Bond Jewelry craft world-class jewelry from the finest gold, diamonds, and precious minerals. Gold Bond Jewelry designed to celebrate your milestones. Your style, your legacy. Gold Bond Jewelry. Pure, precious, proudly Ghanaian. Visit our showroom or shop online.
There is something extraordinary happening. Something you won't want to miss.
A treasure that has been kept under wraps until now.
The wait is almost over.
Get ready to experience the unforgettable.
ebusuafo yesan so mama kwaba eba NDC 360 isi ababi a yedro no ye frɛ no NDC NU enne ye bedi nkomo pi afa Ghana enkane na ye biggest foreign exchange institutional na eboa Ghana pa ye eye cocoa board NDC ba ye I mean so many difficulties e ka bebre sumo even projects I know kwase cocoa board ye kra they were doing NDC amayaba under the leadership of Dr. Randiabe a lot of improvements have happened. Definitely there are difficulties in cocoa board and nuntina ye de panyi akwatena se a me no ba ya adwe say in the space of 1 year or den hyehyeye pie egu akwan mu a aboa ama the image, the integrity and the financial position of cocoa board in kakra ekoyia ye giri se mrebe so a ye bebu nkompa akoyechi akohwe bebi ana ye woni bebi a ye ko we all come to the conclusion say indeed Dr. Randiabe on the president Mahama the vision and the finance minister Abojuma and then yamencha de yenya the director for public affairs for cocoa board Miami nia Sam Jerome ewa ha eni ye betwetwe nkomo kakra me nia Jerome na enti san ekoyi won efe ye oh fantastic na cocoa board ni sempi wo na mo ba ye na enti san
sami ma minchia na ahwefo ehwe nso no ma minchia wo baby a Ghana man panyi wo bia nso no nchia kese command sana na be de chire na the chief executive of Ghana Cocoa Board Obenfo Randiabe so ichia no ma yinchia cocoa akuafo because they be make said the relevance of cocoa board no is based on the existence of cocoa akuafo na ewo ho a adwuma no na o question ya obisa me dey make me aka say Owura Randiabe ni mpanyinfo ma mpanyin pa wo no ye ba beto edan ya ma beto adwuma na me kanisa kire say adwuma oba beto ye anaso oba beto adwuma wo ne say bia adwuma no the asset and the liability e bia otifiri mu a wo say na aka kire nti say na meet me gira so dey ayeden e dey arane adwuma no but say oba behfa adwuma na say the liabilities and I say ehun eka no edoso chen eye ejapade a ewo ho a na obviously edan na ayeden oba beto one man beto adwuma na so mpanyinfo force ye de jawa na ayeden na ye de asoa eno nti o man panyin hwehwe mu hu ni say you'll be able to do the job eno nti na ordinary bana and certainly adwuma no so ana opanyin ye den eye no na emese opanyin bae no waka nneoma ba ko mienu bi ema etiefo den anama for nothing na enne ye be shada pebre kakra on say ye bae no omanpanyin kan say mi say na wuyi ECG fi ho a adwumaku na de kapa ye cocoa board to the extent say na cocoa board de ka 32.9 billion almost 33 billion Ghana cedis ana ye cocoa board den ede na nchichemu ana ewo mu no ebi agrochemicals fertilizer facilities ayakoje AFDB Bank of Ghana so all the way nyina bomu a we are talking about 32.9 billion almost about 33 billion intin say all this akawe ya da ben na wo kun ayeden akowe nimu for you to make a emphasis. So that is one justification. Say you babeto a dime. Another issue has to do with cocoa roots. Now, say oshe timupa na ewo cocoa roots in one. Maybe fi se also. Na obabe share seshi anasa Western Nota. Na yen enani produce cocoa pa. Inti adwane teche ne say most of these regions produce cocoa no oma kwan enye den enye. Into ma kwan enya obehu se cocoa ne krampo na ye di free afum ho na ye dia co shed emo ne ade na yakọ no kra na problem obi wo ebia be 1 bag bi 2 bags bi okofa afum ho no na de yakọ no insu ato wantimi amfanko so ye hu se 1 emwa ma ye ntimi evacuate cocoa ne free afum ho emma baby a wo se ye den eba number 2 eno nso ma cocoa akuafo no sebekafo ekwa ho kirem ene ehiam nti ne saa de a afibia no cocoa sika yebenya no yente kakra bi ento nchen se de be ya some of these major routes no ye betimi aye den ye betimi aye na afi de kojame a na wo ye den na wo san me ho because cocoa board enye Ministry of Roads. So their official and original reason for existence is not about area construction of roads. Until we now a supplementary of Adibia na woye. But you will say time bania de kono eka dem eba. Now interestingly, MPP eba no. So Osha 2020, 2017, 2018. Yawa Bajoko be a funny PPLC. Okay. PPLC catch management as at that time say Cocoa board sika sem enye den enyine ye Cocoa board eniska into on the basis of that no ehun hia say Cocoa board best set even one cedi aside say or the year den or the year cocoa rules until they didn't make any budget for a cocoa rules. Okay. Fast forward,
they didn't make any budget.
No budget.
Once
not even a cedi.
Not even a cedi.
Over a year 2018, 2019. Abajoko ne sanso catch them say no. Munyina mo now say okay. Into no road. Mamonya dem. Mamo enya kwan. Now 2019, 2020. Or sanso catch them say ehun hia say obey den. Obeya kwan. Na hwe de si ye. Nia ebesi ye ne say yaka chiro wo say don't make any budgetary allocation and in fact ya make not even a peswa for roads no. So 3 years now ya make any budgetary allocation no. And no you to me award the cocoa contract to the tune of over 21 billion Ghana cedis.
From which year to which year?
From 2017, 2018, 2018, 2019, 2019, 2020.
21 billion.
21 billion.
Into a car, a cocoa board.
In terms of
70%.
No, this is even different from a year the 32.9 billion. Way a year in relation to cocoa roads.
Cocoa roads.
Cocoa roads.
Or my cocoa roads in Rose Ministry.
With that
budget.
With no budgetary allocation, not even one cedi. Not even one cedi. 21 billion. In a 3 years now, you can say, Momonya day, Momonya kukurus no, Omoye day, Omoye. So, what's asking no Bisan say? Say, if say, Sab PPL Sabajoko no, a year a buy also be that is Ministry of Finance, a year Bank of Ghana, a year Cocoa Board, a year LBCs, or Momoto Kuku no, a Kuafuankasa also. So, something if you wait, Snase, if you know, a year near qua, or move to me too for actually say, because of Mohun. Na cocoa board so you ask yourself say on the basis of what is the reason that triggered say a contract up to the tune of 21 billion. Meanwhile you don't even have a sikana yeden sikana
only budget for it.
You don't have budget, you don't have money. So now it clearly tells you say dia obi benya won change we need to sign on to those contracts because of obi then Ubi Diobenya. Because if not that, what will motivate you to do that?
Na say cocoa football but only any my Bobby man.
Ebezia na paso.
Won change United.
So say ebezia na paso. Because enye eno enye reason what actually should be the reason? Because when you be catch them say who needs ka won Japade. And that is the truth. Because what you say we need simple and say capre. Obi ko bi sa asasebo. No. Unko ko bi sa asasebo. Enti say who needs sika wo de be ya kwan na say wo award a contract to the tune of 21 billion and over. What is the sense in that? And do you know something? Contractors no so no. Say within 3 months, nipa no be raise IPC, that is interim payment certificate. And was all day utua nipa neka. It's when utua nipa neka beyond the 3 months no, accumulate interest on whichever certificate nipa na raise. It's now we accumulate the debt of cocoa board. Inti na wo pe cocoa board ye anasa wo mpeni ye enia ya ne se saka we nyina no wo bagu se kue ni no onye dey o ma betua. So that is the wickedness exhibited on kuafo no by the previous administration. But ene omo the temerity to come out to say enioma nye dey enioma nko ye. So imagine say if say cocoa board accumulate sa ekawe a enka no be bia na kuafo ay dey kuafo. Now fast forward. Yes, also be inherited an issue of a rollover. Now rollover ni na no ekire say ya dwen say ebia sa 2027 nyame ya adom na ye komu a ye betimi anya cocoa be ton no be 500,000 metric ton.
Okay.
It's 500,000 metric tons no. Na me ne wo samia ye nhyehyeye. Also 500,000 metric tons no. Me ton emu be say 400,000 a day ama. Enti me ne wo sign contract na meje ehu sika. Wo de a wo hwe ne say metimi a day. A supply wo yes 400,000 now. Okay. Me know why there. Me know what can. Enti say at the end of the year, na me supply with 200,000 now. Then it means say an outstanding of 200,000. If I say me no call agreement to say me produce 400,000 metric tons of cocoa. Yeah. Now at the end of the year no me 200 pa. Just me supply 200 pa. Now say me the 200 so you need to roll it over into the next season. I don't know say. Into no say odi nipa ne ka. Oni nipa na sign contract no. Into nipa na he say the contracts na wo nya hu sika. E dia ye dia wo ye no. Supply me the commodity and I say in this case the beans. Into who want me and supply me then subsequently the preceding year no. I also to me there e the mame. Yeah. Now the unfortunate aspect and they say what the money per krona or no no at the contract price or no yeah there a sign you know because agreement is agreement. Intine say the next year na say e bo no kosora nipa no nya den on found e bo no do 10 billion per ton krampa and fan no no be ma wo wa boka because e bo na e wo ho no e na also the man so say aye a car akwai sensaman car ediwachi sa be in this case in a cannot be immune one we lose revenue and two we so incur cost to service a yes rollover now ye dey oh yeah no intimate say ye ba ban mu no yeah 1 ton bia no na about $4,000 a free so this is what happened. So at the end of year 2023 at the end of 2023 no na cocoa board under the previous administration was unable to supply over 333,768,000 metric tons. Rollover no. At a contract price of a year $2,600. So fast forward, year about 2024 no. You be declare a farm gate price of $3,100. So on the face of it no. We won't say $3,100 minus 2,600. The difference is what? $500. So on every ton biana, wo supply and as a service rollover no, you have to incur additional cost of $500. So we were able to supply 235,394. Bakubia ye boka $500. So okay, over $117 million. Okay. What they buy in Yisikamu over 1 billion cedis. And a cost. But in terms of revenue, in 2024-25 season, not the weighted average. Na a woho a buana and no was $6,600 per ton. So $6,600. So what would they say? So $6,600 no. Yababa be lose because of a year cocoa wena I was a service no at a contract price of $2,600. That is why Omanpenyiba in the first State of the Nation address no. Or can say cocoa board aboka over $800 million. Because as at that time no. Now, yes, service almost about 200,000. So, what your arithmetic now? 200,000 a year times a year $4,000 US. A amount a yes amount now we there. Okay. Inti nanka says sika we nyina nanka a be revenue. E dia cocoa board no. Because of a year omwana muntu no. Says sika na there. Ashe. Cocoa farmer no enya for so bia there. So this is the kind of a year cocoa border okay, another shocking and disheartening one jute sacks. Bottle no more yedi cocoa mu yede yedi cocoa the dendin yedi cocoa egumu no nti no oye projections as to say ABR me project say this season cocoa dodo say na metimi ayede a produce. Then on the basis of that, now why procurement akra eye bottle or the beba. Na bottle bia bill bakubia womu eye 300 bucks and as if I said 300 pieces. In a day, a woman. So at the end of a year 2021-2022, a year crop season, now stock in terms of bill, na ye wo a year 94,615,000 a year bills. In an year day, ye wo. Sa bill we no. A year multiplied by a year 300 because Bakubia won 300. Obo say you get about over 28 million bucks of a year juices. A year be packet a year kuku no den egumu. So if you have over 28 million bucks tell me sir, when you divide it by a year 16, that is per tonnage now. Obe say a bit me are providing more than 600,000 metric tons prior day. At the amount. But however, stock we are no. About 2022-2023 no masanso could procure a year 75,000 bales. At the baba account. Omo the head and the head. Meanwhile, now projections in purchase say o tonnage awunya eso yede eso.
O cocoa na o produce cocoa na esotia o bags be
right bags na if I saw be so and bags ni nyina so no o procure na sika the procure no is in excess of about $40 million. What do you say? About $40 million. And omo ye den omo procure 75,000 no quantity omo to me eye den eyi was 74,023 leaving 977 omo ntimi aye den omontumi ankwanti
the mortgage car near nana
enumpo ye tracing po ye hu
ebi ayira
ye ba 2023-2024 no asanso akra 75,000 oyimu 17,000 oyimu
now you say want to be ya wo cry
just 17,000 and so about 2024 wakra 56,000 emu 546 per eno ye den oyiye na nia eye abotisem ho ne se 2025-2026 season na enye wo season unimpo se obeto amamu no so anawo to aso no na wasanso cry den akokra bi
aka ho
e de agyawo
ntwobo
ewia sanso issue bibia e friend irrevocable letters of credit e de ama Ghana International Bank say to $48 million e de e masa adwumaku no. What is the reason behind what is the reason behind? And this is the state of cocoa board. This is the state of cocoa board. But said I'm a kind of ye jawa so ye buy look dia ura randia be ye ne say unko jomu unko tontos unko tonya adoa na unko tomuku na unfam besi jaso na nkan chem say menya benkwan abra wan to abanye dey ankan. So when we repeatedly do the things we continue to do, obviously yenya any new results. So one, internal measures are to keep some unnecessary expenditure and say even foreign travels. Foreign travels be a mobile no. Say if there is no justification as to say a direct bearing there is no way anybody who goes. It's another one other thing. Number two, in terms of the transport sector, transport one kwa head office one fuel near there, economy maintenance, it doesn't make sense. But now every month is able to save no less than 1 million Ghana cedis. About 1 million Ghana cedis because of a prudent management. So you are saving a year. No more day. So wako meeting and say na say ya bre mo snacks and I say aduane. I say when did you feel now about meeting and say nobody cares. Ni na ye prudent measures are the castle for the company to be productive. So what I say for the company to be productive. Obeti nya den ejina na so. Oba ye no. One reason na amayentimi anko syndication and say books mu nya den enye. Investors are not even having confidence in you. Now, meanwhile, near the cocoa bonds, you make any allocation, say you did, but Oba no say no. Say if you bet me are credible, now you sounds when you investor confidence, we need to find money to pay cocoa bills.
Okay.
Yam budget you, but he was able to find 2 billion cedis to go and pay.
Serious?
Yes.
2 billion.
2 billion to go and pay as of last year.
Dr. Aryeh be able abaso.
So to go and pay. Ni nyina no yet to increase a year and to bring back investor confidence. Said the buyer omubetimi and invest for a year ejuma anymore. Now this and many more. In fact, we're taking initiative via a year the cocoa rehabilitation, speaking to a year investors to invest because say to me rehabilitate a ton of a year and I say an acre of a hectare of a year cocoa. Yeah. You are talking about bringing on board 1 ton.
Okay.
So the more you rehabilitate a year the cocoa farms, whether I say a year deceased farms, a year farms na yadia kano, and I say moribund farms, that is a year cocoa na enyini I kasa ababrewa na sa kokra no. Ucheni negua udiano. Now yeah a pilot program e Miami region, that is Debiso. Emone ade ye bi ho Debiso. Any other book room, any essential ye be a year central region, all in the name of bringing back a year the glory days of cocoa boss. Tonnage in the bit me day. Akosona accommodating in the kind of revenue that a year we expect. So these are some of
fantastic. You bought Dr. Aryeh be ni penny for no one kasa. You bought my basso for you my palm. Now, yeah, to say cocoa farmers be say. I mean, you're respected cocoa farmers are. Sure. For so many years, they are sharing Kwalabe school fees and all that. It be most from November 2025. Moon to your moka, moon for Muskama. No, so I'm not saying.
Your workers be a marketing attack as customers are always right. Of course. In this case, you know, near Kuku can be no, he's right. And Umejinaha na me metnaha na mene Kuku ni entry manson and entry diary money ade. Because if there's a cocoa farming anywhere, I'm not sure say I will be of any use to a cocoa board. So what I say. But the woman say it is not entirely the case. And sheda and say nesa. Because look, your baba told a financing model. A year cocoa board. It started a year 2024-25 season. And a bet 2 years. Because not 2024, because of a brapapa yam mo. International market any books montino yentimi access a syndicated loan because ye nyina ye ban nyina ye tie sehwe abonten so ni ade nyina no obi kura to me catch us say wo de man so na wo pese on na metwen no twen na se koku scan e ba e ho na be hu ne say yes metimi no aiden atweman so na every year bia no sa koku scan na ye den e ba ye timu fa kese no to ho e de ma won e to koku ne e from license buying companies no. Inti enono be yes some form of security because what sign a contract when you sika wo di bia ba mu a one ma LBCs ne den sika ne be inti ne say on the international market in kwakoko ne be ba $1 krampo na onye den onfa ho inti ne every time bia no unya a liquidity issue and as a money issue e koba but because of MPP for bra no mo boy inti no now in 2024 yenya access to syndication but eye broni na otokoko no anase off taker no obamu na adwempa ode baamu ne yen say wo de mi koko ka intino if I don't step in na sa mi koko no ebe de ebeshim intino sa de I will step in to pre-finance but maybe pre-finance no e kana wo de me no e wo koko mu no sa ye den supply me o supply me a na afi 2024-25 eye season no me ne wa ye den assign the contract kakra so hunu enti na say na ye den say ene wo ho enti no in this case no broni na san ka kire say sika bia me de bebe bia no me san so akire o company a farmer no na on talk kokoo ni nye den e ma me enti ne sa companies na omonye sika de fi broni ni ho ne de all of them had money a kokoo bia o moto from last year bia o mo ye den o mo chia but ye wo ebi mu wo ho a your license woman, they are into business. Or may but they need to trade. And omoko pay sika at the cocoa the bread cocoa board. So cocoa board has become the off-takers of these companies. So yes, sir, companies. Into one in a cocoa board, eguso and as even enra. Sika ebaya you make it transfers to those buying companies na omoye den etuatua cocoa farmers no eka nkaka. Let me also put on record say the 2025-26 season no you projected say beto cocoa a year 650,000 metric tons. As of January, and now as we speak, you're talking about 580,000 metric tons graded and see.
How many months?
You be close season in some way June. It's in your light crop season. No, light crop season. And another issue, afasa echinye adinina banse. Ebona cost to almost $12,000 as of 2024 no, and it is somewhere $4,100. Now in 2025, yes, cocoa board 2025-26 no, you declare an FOB of $7,200, out of which you mercury 70%. Which comes to $5,040. But you see, on the international market, I drop it to $4,100. It is accept a amount to input even a percentage a new $5,040 a year then. Or the mercury. So what does this require? It requires a holistic approach to dealing with the issue once and for all.
Because if you don't take a cocoa farm,
so and here, Cote d'Ivoire, they are underselling their cocoa. A from internet cocoa farmers need be a war a year Ivory Coast no. They are finding solace in Ghana. Say Ghana born a day. It was true because as we speak, still Ghana and the cocoa bore a day on the African continent. So on the African continent, and the born a day. It was true. And Brunei so unfortunately, on person will be Jaboka into 1 year now. Say may sign any contract. A be bro. A born a day, a was no. So, and no, and now you're finding a solutions to some of these issues. But cocoa must supply there. Obviously, they are being paid for that.
Okay. So those are the major issues.
Yeah, these are the major issues.
The reason why.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel be ejidi say o ma ton mo cocoa so
yeah, so
this is our can say asset and necra na transfers.
Oh yes. Na kakra. Omoni ade.
Oh, okay.
So another appeal I be make it to LBCs ne say LBCs ni bi o ha sika no aba no e wo say sika ne conform to the cocoa farmer but obi o ho be na adwen say sika ne kra e conform no na me koto cocoa no kra fofra off take an obedient.
Okay.
So obedient because as we speak, I buying and I say PPLC and for any stance in terms of say your review prices and any day and my into whatever price are almost set you know a day ejinaho. Into and also akwakoye inkomodia ekoso but enchebia no only say ora mahama bind there baby a din a how no eso no he steps in and BBI there eba to normal.
And CCA international market price of cocoa about for me also abanye ho bebe no CCA amoba ene. So
now say if say aban already aban is subsidize cocoa ne dada because obekaya President Mahama Baye will take over from January 7th 2025 no. You who say CD na ho de ne ye den e cost and the moment a CD na ho de e be cost no I was saying automatically no e bo ni timi ye den e ba for but or subsidize here for about 5 months
to a point
so for about 5 months in a season ye den e kwa ye you setting new price no we use an exchange rate of 11.5 age now for only 2 weeks in a tiba 10 money e ho keka ho so all the difference na e wo ho nyina no abaya ye den subsidize till now. Now every ton of cocoa biana cocoa board edebeko for shipment no a car obo $6,300. It is a $6,300 na say ton adeno 4,000 and 4,001. You need no less than $2,300 to subsidize for every ton of cocoa. Obey. But the question is it even sustainable? Say why yes no price no and show indication of say air cost. You are going into the next season. You are going into the next season. So what do you do?
And CCA, are you guys looking at new financing models.
Of course, new financing model.
Okay.
And I think say incomodate cost impaying ebefa a sustainable sources of finance for the pitches of cocoa.
Na okay. Na see free fertilizer and some free seedlings no it is saying.
Nka ne ekoso nyina no obi beka say
say abadada no twam
twam.
Okay.
So say nka ne ekoso obi beka say no president mama no manimwa in terms of cocoa born ni ade abeto ye, but still opinion say kwiani no ho ye den ehiame nti still cocoa board is going ahead with a free fertilizer, free agrochemicals, a free scholarship for a cocoa for mana eco a tertiary. Now, near a catching nyina ne say, near all your day, or put on menefino, paying for unching side day, or the boom, Sana neon yam and you had on the panisapa. It's in a sadia, Quianina or bre, and now what bre to sustain Ghana's economy up to today, no. And what's the oil care cost? I will a jumana oil day, oil. It is a mind to me bonichidom. Not neka or bokia yenimuno echo for moi. Ubiti many sika day, aye japade. Nor the necessity in the work I say, and Namiko jumanimuna me day. Yes, I japade, and that is exactly what Omampini Mahama is intended to do.
I see. Inti, Ujidi say. Equiafo adodo na you ma complain the matter of few months you be answer be kan sika.
Oh, said I can kind Bible say Missouri for hu omo no unhu obi that be because utia the chronicle of events suggested anamuntu bi the previous administration entuni ye na e dey dru ba bia but all the wrongs are being written.
In the space of few months, Cocoa Board Bessan Jirana now. Cocoa
Bessan
said
Sadia
and Canino.
Yeah, Sadia.
And I can't see a mood to ye.
Yes, I can't so ye day. Yetia, a canoe. Ye saw Kakanka, ye 21 year do Mokabia agrochemicals and Nasi Bisano. You think I said a bayer still bit me a supply of it, or bit me back into your aid now on my bow. I will also.
Na see no ye bibia fa kai ebeda ho no omo di say dwene no no ye bibia fa ho na
enti no de bia ne a me boss e kan say so wo hwe mandate a omo edemand no na the mandate is to make sure the cocoa board be there e be ye adwuma ye as to eye dia ebeto obi a wadi dream there he is not in the capacity to prosecute anybody but he may be in the capacity to provide evidence.
Okay,
say ebi akrata bi anase BBC
and no dey so be
ye hia anase ewo ha he is ever ready. Okay, say ebi o krata we na mu hia okay ewo ha enie o ebi awe enie so what I say.
Okay,
that's it.
Until sha Mate eno ase say ondo e Cocoa Board CEO nya Attorney General na say IGP. Na sisi a osha in the next 1 year na 2 years no project say cocoa no tonnage say na mobenya. On say 2016 we had almost about 1 million metric tons. 960 something. Almost a million metric tons. Sisi a no mobesa ma edu sa honana.
Yes. Sisi a ebesa so am na edu sa. But on say the trading of aye cocoa no aye basic economics be catch say commodity no edoso ana say ebu a ebo no tumi ye dey ekofom but ebo no kofom a what innovative measures are you taking? That is why ura randiabe in terms of value addition no ehia no say you betimi process yen cocoa no mu bi eye dey pa ewo ha nti say process bi wo ha obi say the cost associated with eye even shipping or exporting the cocoa from Ghana to abroad the crown ebe from ebetimi make savings. Okay, they are so any value for money because of the process and no then just some percentage maybe exporting. Okay, so that is why and now me know can say baby to say CPC cocoa processing company WAMCO any other processes money are doing na no nkomodue ekoso said ya ebehu omo functional capacity aye ni omo betimi aye den omo betimi age a process money ade said ya be ya ɛyɛ kuku kuani nankasa nso no ɛyɛ in terms of sikasɛm no ɛnyɛ the problem within a particular crop season.
Okay. Now, Sisi, what are your final words to Koko Akuafoɔ ne Ghanafoɔ mo hwɛ?
Nea yɛka nyinaa ne sɛ mpanyinfoɔ sɛ akyea emu yɛ ɛsɛn abɛbɔ nyinaa de because ɛne na anidaso yɛ dɛ ɛwɔ mu ɛna agorɔ bɛsɔ nso a efi anafa so wohwɛ ɛyɛ nhyehyɛeɛ ɛne anamonto a ɛyɛ the chief executive ɛde agu akwan mu a ɔyɛ na it clearly shows sɛ ɛyɛ kuku board bɛfa ne ntoma pa yɛ dɛn ɛde efra ma akuafoɔ no nso ho ayɛ dɛn ɛho ato so mehyɛ wɔn bɔ sɛ nneɛma bɛyɛ dɛn nneɛma ɛbɛyɛ yie
mate abusuafoɔ nipa a yɛte ne ni ɛyɛ Sam K. Jerome ɔno na ɔyɛ the public affairs director for Cocoa Board. I can tell you on authority say just like many other state institutions Ghana edwumakuo ahodoɔ akɛseɛ te sɛ Tema Oil Refinery, National Investment Bank, Gold Board, National Petroleum Authority, any major institutions are President Mahama Baye initiative Ghana Publishing Company what have you ometimia turning around the corner institutions are Baye na eye gu ahanesa institutions are no more number omo bobo sia na ditu omo workerska institutions are near men koyie omo abokegu ama near ma hwedwere bia because of the vision of President Mahama na niso adikuno ne modembo ene na ho brase servant leadership awada na die in the last 1 year no me gidi yes as servant leadership and direction no is happening at Cocoa Board nti yanu mu so twa opega na kwafo ye domo cocoa farmers ye domo President Mahama domo NDC aban domo obeka ya there are many initiatives are by ya in previous NDC administrations are ye do Cocoa Board ye buy ye to aso ye beto ye to aso ya sa babium and John Dramani Mahama ababiu number 2 yaba ye gidi ye sen kakra ye bedu ho se de Jerome kan no sa agro be sa na dwoa efi anopa mu ni ye guso a ye de ne emagu akwa mu ye gidi ye se emrepa no bu a ye na bebu nkompa ahwe ye chi ne ehum se this is how far God has brought us ma ye twa ehum siba ye be san to aso.
It's our pride. And at Gold Board Jewelry, we celebrate that pride every day with craftsmanship that reflects who we are as Ghanaians. Introducing the Gold Board Jewelry Gold Tablet. Pure, certified, proudly Ghanaian gold. The best part, when you buy a Gold Board Jewelry tablet, you own it. You keep your gold with you, not with us. It's more than a jewelry. It's a smart investment for every Ghanaian who wants to secure their future. Gold Board Jewelry Gold Tablet. Own your gold. Own your future. From the heart of Ghana comes elegance that endures. Gold Board Jewelry craft world-class jewelry from the finest gold, diamonds, and precious minerals. Gold Board Jewelry designed to celebrate your milestones, your style, your legacy. Gold Board Jewelry, pure, precious, proudly Ghanaian. Visit our showroom or shop online.
There is something extraordinary happening, something you won't want to miss.
A treasure that has been kept under wraps until now.
The wait is almost over.
Get ready to experience the unforgettable.
Minister, we thank you so much for your time. Can you please brief us the purpose for today's program?
Okay, so let me first, on behalf of the government and the people of Ghana, congratulate the Ghana Gold Board for an excellent work done, and also to thank the Gold Coast Refinery working with the Rand Refinery. We have seen that clearly the vision of His Excellency the President is being implemented. In 2016, His Excellency the President John Mahama, was here to officially open the Gold Coast Refinery with a vision to begin refining Ghana's gold. 8 years on, when he left office in 2016, the then administration never implemented the vision of the government and the people of Ghana. We came back to office in 2025. And in January 2025, during His Excellency the President's first State of the Nation address, he signaled the formation of the Ghana Gold Board, which was an anchor in our manifesto. In fact, Parliament passed the Ghana Gold Board Act in the first half of the year. So activities of Gold Board actually began in May. And I think May, June, April. And so since then, we've been working to buy ASM gold for the purposes of exporting them and bringing the forest into our country. Gold Board, I'm sure you can all see the benefits of Ghana Gold Board. It is revolutionary and it is visionary. It has changed the landscape of the gold industry in our country. It is touted all over the world as a novelty. And today we are here to celebrate another milestone of the Ghana Gold Board. Clearly, this company, Ghana Gold Coast Refinery, has the ability to refine up to 2 tons of gold per day, per week. Gold Board has agreed to provide them 1 ton of gold per week for refinery. This will be scaled up to 2 tons per week in no time. Today, Gold Board has the capacity to buy 2.5 tons on average per week of gold. It is our policy to ensure that in the shortest possible time, we will not be exporting raw gold outside this country. This refinery today that has the capacity to do 2 tons, and now with an understanding that will begin with 1 ton per week, has employed approximately 162 workers. And they are adding value to our gold. And they are going to operate 24 hours in line with our 24-hour economy policy at the airport, and creating a gold industry. It's adding value to Ghana's gold. For the first time, you will be able to see a gold bar stamped in the name of Ghana Gold Board and the Central Bank of the Republic of Ghana, Government of Ghana Gold, being shipped out there and sold in the international market. This refinery has been tasked to ensure that they obtain LBMA license, so that Ghana, for the first time, will be able to stamp our gold LBMA approved. And I believe that there are a lot more we intend doing. Our next policy line will be to encourage Ghana Gold Board to, latest by the end of the year, have a fire assay lab, so
so that all large-scale mining companies will take their gold through fire assay at the gold board lab for us to ascertain the true value of our royalties. Over the years since independence, this has never happened. And so as to whether we are getting the right royalties, we are at the mercy of these large-scale companies. Today, I can confidently say that plans are far in advance, and by the end of the year, Ghana will have its first ever fire assay lab for us to get the true value of our royalties so that we can use these royalties to develop our country. I think the Gold Board is doing an excellent work. They need to be supported. I want to use this opportunity to urge the people of Ghana to support the vision of His Excellency the President. This was a vision that he started in 2016. For some interesting reason, we couldn't continue when we lost office in 2016. And the 2020 NDC manifesto, we announced the formation of the Gold Board. Again, we did not win that election. And 2024, God being so good, He gave him the power to be able to implement this vision. We are all seeing the benefit of what dreams and vision can do for a country. So join me to celebrate the beginning of refining our gold. And so today is the first day that we've been first batch of the refining process that we've begun. The Gold Board CEO tells me that you gave them 300.
We are giving them 300 kg.
300 kg yesterday, and in 24 hours they've been able to produce that quantum of gold.
Abuziafo ya mama kwaba sansoba NDC 360 na yetoa the second segment so I ne sabri yebe discuss Gold Board. If only amuhunye was the aftermath of the inspection of refinery, Gold Coast refinery. Last 2 weeks yenemo baha ebeka edjuma so konjuma fefefa Gold Board manage CEO lawyer Samijemfi only nimpanyufo ne finance minister any aban no to realize the objects of Gold Board. Okay, Gold Board Act now Gold Board Act 1140 section 2A talks about the objects of Gold Board. Okay, 2A now or say the Gold Board is required to monitor, oversee and undertake the buying, selling, assaying, refinery and export of gold in Ghana. Just a small scale mining gold in Ghana, and a percentage of even large scale Gold Board na yede mra apta na chi se onto na onton na onfa mfidiem na yensone so na meye kroje na yenton amononi. That is the object of Gold Board. Now, because of Aryeh Gold Board, the leadership of Gold Board and the lawyer Samijemfi follow the objects of the Gold Board as far as refinery is concerned. Last 2 weeks, you know better now, the contract akoso. A paying for the Ose Ayoyo. Just like His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama. It is the vision of the President and the Finance Minister and the Gold Board CEO Egusua Omoye. Until ye can ye share say February there will be refinery of gold in Ghana for the first time. Until the move you know, a promise made and promise delivered. Gold Coast Refinery Ghana Limited. The picture is there for you to see. Finance Minister, only lawyer Samijemfi, the Deputy Richard Onekweku, and then Payufwa Akesia, visit the refining processes. Pictures you can see pure refined gold. Producer Abacho Mayeshe. Gold Coast refinery for Aryeh. To where refined gold JFEBN 99.9999%, almost 100% gold. Gold board Aryeh. And this is in line with President Mahama's vision. Say Ghana, your primary products are your produce of Ghana. No, it is time say you be adding value because raw gold and I say. Dory gold you name no never want any refined gold in yepe. And it's all your mind na opese unya gold so mfaso kese pa na you need to add value, you need to refine it. It is in this vein or in the spirit of the laws backing gold board. And I'm paying free akọ sa apani ama Ghana sisi eti refining gold. Nti ode ye gold kwa ma no ne a you be up because if you need Caribbean in your gold board CEO Abaso lawyer Samaja for your Abaso. You born a deputy Abaso. You bought in penny for me na ni teach the finance minister then a support at Thai gold board. The Bank of Ghana, Dr. Siama, you born Abaso. On also boy Juma, the support our finance minister Ediama gold board Educhem Sunkunabo Adjin. And in Tiasia, so Yadamasi. Now, you said, Danny, na gold body, the more policies are ebe bar, ebe boa, ama Ghana, your gold sector, they are formalizing or to say, the President Mama or share in himself because it is in the process. And I know, say, by the time I na ebenya, I want to say, need Nema Kuyeno, na ampa, Nema etimi akuye. Ye try a hukakra, near the third and final segment of NDC 360, bro, moment of truth. And that's it.
Something extraordinary happening. Something you won't want to miss.
A treasure that has been kept under wraps until now.
The wait is almost over.
Get ready to experience the unforgettable.
It's our pride. And at Gold Board Jewelry, we celebrate that pride every day with craftsmanship that reflects who we are as Ghanaians. Introducing the Gold Board Jewelry Gold Tablet. Pure, certified, proudly Ghanaian gold. The best part, when you buy a Gold Board Jewelry tablet, you own it. You keep your gold with you, not with us. It's more than a jewelry. It's a smart investment for every Ghanaian who wants to secure their future. Gold Board Jewelry Gold Tablet. Own your gold. Own your future. From the heart of Ghana comes elegance that endures. Gold Board Jewelry craft world-class jewelry from the finest gold, diamonds, and precious minerals. your milestones, your style, your legacy. Gold ball jewelry, pure, precious, proudly Ghanaian. Visit our showroom or shop online.
There is something extraordinary happening, something you won't want to miss.
A treasure that has been kept under wraps until now.
The wait is almost over.
Get ready to experience the unforgettable.
For Yamama Kwaba Bium on the third and final segment of NDC 360. Moment of truth. Nene yebe discuss MPP4 on presidential primaries a course on our team. First of all, we are a Democratic Party. Kabima Minkebi Amanyo Sebno NDC AGD. Nti AGD say I was saying na a worthy oppositioner on also a war. Anamo aye to mpanyimfo se de otwa sa enim se na chia ede achia na de ofu bi apaso na ye piano nti definitely was say as amanyoko to say NDC amanyoko a ye wa aban mu a ye de niam atoto akwam se Ghana fo benya mfaso pii no it said ye no I was see any opposition almost ebe criticize and what have you nti there is no problem ye je sa de and I want to once more to say the party mpanyimfo congratulate the MPP Boa Mabaso for an election on my which one can be a peaceful election. Boa Mabaso for that. That said, no, I was say analyzing MPP for the results of their election. Any propaganda be bringing about a candidature. The attorney said, first of all, MPP for the say. Dr. Baumia percentage your first one in 2023 61% no and only the highest a presidential aspirant bia na flag bearer bia enya in the primaries for the first time sasem or see a potugu no kru bia nim because ono Dr. Baumia ending the first establishment in any MPP presidential candidate, in any MPP presidential election. Yet you say, and Kanino, you will have members of a regime, ministers are contesting. They are being sponsored by the system or the establishment. But this time around, Dr. Baumiano is the establishment, or no, yet the vice president. Then the president, a leading party, lead your mind. So he is different from all other people who are contesting for the first time in any MPP presidential election. The vice president is the chairman of the police council. The vice president is the chairman of the armed forces council. In fact, the MPP people told us, "Omo kachere say, ono kwane vice president what champion 33 policies." And say, Okahubi, Osimubi, only the vice president, second fiddle to the president. A heartbeat away from the president. In fact, there are times on workers already president or Ghana if the president is not around. Onuna Abaimu management, Abaimu Sikasem was the head of economic management team. Ghana Sikasem to Onana nation. And the onye a normal person in MPP rankings. I do better say the first time I call him 61% and only the highest in MPP presidential primaries be only the highest in the kind for a first time and you know correct. He is the system. And to whom much is given, much is expected. So even the 61%, for a system establishment candidate, he is the establishment, a year understatement, number one. Number two, MPP4 say, Dr. Bamia Bono Modern because the nominal figures are onyaye no. Even though for percentage no, obiya nim say above from 61% to 57% above from, but nominal figures no high and also enye no kre. No kre ne say I mean chere mo ha etifo mfa chere kakra. In 2023 onya 16% no. Onya 61.43% no. Vote onya 18,210. 18,210 in 2023. In 2026, onya 110,000. In 2023, onya 118,000. Sorry, 118,210, representing 61.43%. But in 2026, onya more time, over 3 years to campaign, using the same. You can say album. Ye di bia ka ho pa eno no ye ono ankasa ne president Kufuor appointee say dey o maka ho no, or they pay by 110,643, representing 56.48%, almost 57%. Enti enya no kreda say nominal figures ne kosoro ankosoro. In fact, the vote e by form even at the time ye the delegates ni be count the same delegates are here president Kufuor appointed. And he has dwindled. Above from the performance as a flag bearer, no. Above from sine flag bearer BR in the history of MPP as far as second time primaries is concerned. Into better, where President Kufuor in 2007, ahead of the 2008 election, no, on your 47.97%. The first time. Second time, in 2010, ahead of the 2012 election, only 77.92%, a control from 47% to 77.92%. 2014 primaries, ahead of the 2016 election, only 94.35%. 94.35%. President Kufuor. And gradually, every presidential aspirant, even in the NDC, ekosoro paayi nti eno so e wo se etiefo hwe no mu President Kufuor in 1996 on Professor Dubois, President Kufuor nya 51.99% in the first attempt. Second one occurred in 1998 on your saying 64.60% okosoro. Professor Mills, in 2002, on your 79.71%. But in 2006, on your 81.48%. I can go on and on and on. President Mama shall say from 95% or 98.8%. Because you have time to campaign to your party people. You have time to talk about your policy. And normally you expect to say oh yeah, flag bearer. Afi biya obeko election biya also vote Basro. Also vote Basro. We have demonstrated it to you here from 47% to 77% to 94%. Biya wa ha also biya de. But alaji ba o mi hade. Afi biya obeko election biya no go suti. Even at a time when you saw over 3 years the campaign, and you saw the same album when the party penufo kuchiri the man rate album against all other candidates. Yasha da shedeme kuchiri yanya election. Yakofa branch executives be a names or be about me for the book musa only amount for the contest. So right from the get go no, ya reggae system for his benefit. Elumpo no. Ontimi pon convince MPP for so won to abama no nti ne percentage in the votes kwa na ekofo entubera in 2023 Western region onya 59.6%, in Central region 35.9%, in Greater Accra 52%, In Volta region, in 2023, only 45.3%. But in 2026, after 3 years of campaign, a Sunday delegates be a appointees, former DCs and MMDCs, on the Pedekufad on appointee. In fact, some of them are your no or appointee. Some of them are your no appointee. Oman Tuamano, almost your monama. Omun vision no any. Into Volta region. First, 2023, 45.3% at Tomano. But in 2026, 35.7%. That's what to say high sense. Eastern region, Enkane onya 65.9%. 2023, but in 2026, onya 51.5%. That's what by 50%. Epoya mante will say, Dr. Bamia one number. Nisi kasamutu to yenu kuye. Yedeni yeshia enye. Kwa Ashanti region, 2023 onya 58%. But in 2026 onya 50.5% in the Eastern region. Kwa Western North, onya 58.5% in 2023. But in 2026 onya 44%. It's what to say who. In Ahafo region, 2023 onya 74.2%. But in 2026 onya 62.1%. And you say it's what who. Shabuno region, and these are key regions. 2023 onya 62%. But in 2026 onya 58%. It's what Buno East, 2023 onya 74%. But in 2026 onya 68.7%. Oti region, Dambaye ne Nimpotemu ono Kracheho. 2023 onya 72%. But in 2026 onya 61.1%. Northern region, Onwani Krum. In 2023 onya 81.7%. But in 2026 almost debi uyenia, and so you don't come baby enye yinti oma bonegala way from 81.7% to 78.6% because almost say adi ofi oyenso adi we die ye de ba fia enye ye ye de ko gina simple so on chirechire mu ha waga na say musika assemblity a obedwane entenya de a ye de be Savannah region will appreciate it slightly and no de ye bibia enye ye so Upper West region from 78.3% to 70.1%. That's what to say. Northeast, Nikromo, Onoani Kro, baby of free ankasa, Gambaga area, Mampusi, Nikrom, our Mudono, they were born in the Diamomo, Onoani Kromo for a pennyforcing Ukromo pete, Edu Nama Ebika, and so the Tabamia Krom pete dear, Omudini Namno. Don't pay credit any day, anchor. From 98.7% to 66.1%. Major drop, major. Producer, Fatwa major drop from 98.7% to 66.1%. Major drop. You could peta renam namanasa, don't pay credit any day, anchor. Omayam the to Safi. Upper East, from 69.9% to 60.6%. Major drop. And Tiamani votes no swat from 61.43% to 56.8%. What it means is that 43% of MPP delegates, or me MPP for card-bearing members of the MPP, 43%. Out of 100, almost 50%, half of MPP delegates, actually said Otabamia one number. Now the who crane say, Omoya voting centers the Brebeni Nano, Omo the Baku Komo party headquarters. Out of over 980 people, now also Mutaba, no MPP, the creme de la creme, about Chimua, a titreni and nintri, former ministers, former MPs, former presidential. You can say aspirants, ambassadors, chief of staff for any emu presidential staffers and presidential aides. MPP mu akasiye pa no. Big fishes in the MPP. Now also moto about our party headquarters. Out of 980 something, emu 500 on mama. 500 and si President Kufuor on 2 NC. President Kufuor empire mpo na ye ba no etani hu chemu akora nyame ye hra no edi mfi aka no ho enum tuo mpo na ye to President Kufuor ba enso MPP primaries akora ntu ne NC because o say MPP mpanyifo no mko na ebie no obo number including Dr. Bamiento on say na daje mpo nsi ho na wabeto aba President Kufuor do ama President Kufuor ama mpanyifo akese wo pepu mo ama out of 980 something no only just about 400 penny buy almost buy ya emu kakra bi penny to abama Dr. Bamiya 43% of MPP delegates Dr. Bamiya mo nama ne mo ne bono nso ani omo ngi ne vision ani na ni so ade hunu ni kakra bi dodo na akoto ma Brian Champion ne Kennedy Japan omo de o ma rebum die bat 43% ne so omo pe omo sene Dr. Bamiya sa 43% no omo to ma Brian ne Kennedy Japan no these Kennedy Japan ne Brian no they don't even have a track record in government no track record but omo so omo prefer omo esene Dr. Bamiya it should tell you the candidature of Dr. Mahmoud Bamiya on the party for me who flag bearer yet to aba on to be majority of the party for in such high numbers. At least 75% is fine, 72% is fine, 80% is fine. But as for Dr. Bamiya, 57%, 43% so I'm penny crash because you didn't be idea from 2017 to 2024. Ghana si kasam toto ya ye de share ne nsani na watete apasam ni na asai poto. E make sure say Bank of Ghana e boka susuro in 2022 boka 60 billion under the watch as head of economic management team. Ghana ye domestic debt exchange program amanfo abobra aye adwumason atete omo romu dia to o say abanfa nya adwuma na enfa nsimu no Dr. Bamiya ne kenofo ya tane President Kufuor doje ya omo se hu ye ntua hu te omo fo ma no nkobo ban na moja ba no matafre omo de edi ntinsi hu no metua in the next 15 years ebi mo di 80 years o person o kire se o betua ne sika ma na abra wadi 95 ni pasa na be nya do 95 nti o person o kire so maji sika na di hu te unti fa ko ba bia enkosi aga. And that was the leadership, was a cardinal sign of the NPP government under Dr. Bamiya as head of economic management team. Over $4 from 4 Ghana cedis to 70 Ghana cedis. Ghana over 800,000 people went below the poverty line. Just because of Amamu Bonia. Dr. Bamiya ne bra penyi President Kufuor de bebuye. Efa fuel 1 gallon from 16 cities to 72 Ghana cities. Taxi for adwuma neguye. Trotro for adwuma gu. Articulator for adwuma gu. Obi adwuma gu. Coupled with it na almost am edum so. Fine. Problem a President Mama solve in 2016. Almost am ye komu. So Sanyama wenyina na MPP delegates enwe no so no waboya sambra yesu nka wo de niema esi ye na kasa take responsibility na ka kire ye say ujitum se niema ntwaye na wo de hihye pa begu akwamu next time MPP be ba no be ye niema ye osanse wo enye ono a de esi ye na enye ne fault na President Kufuor do no oko economic management team meeting a decisions on taking on the cabinet President Kufuor so ontie onfa. At the time when President Kufuor even his 2018 State of Nations address or catch Ghana for say or the Ghana economy asha say or no Kufuor osua economics but osua on tiase or a lawyer. Nti wo Dr. Bamiya na wo say utire ho abobel. E wo sikasam tutu yemu. Nti brana be ye adwuma no. Wo ba ya wo say adwuma no to Akufo-Addo ntie. He ran away from responsibility after delivering several lectures. Bakubi Oyen in 2014, Central University, restoring the value of the city. No opposition, Obai won't me restore the value of the city. Wako to opposition, or Sansi and Samanemra. Now, Obesi so Akausha and Kawansha. Ubesi so Akausha, or Anka, one Shayama. The bed done in some into Oba no bed. Sisi ano Ghana, Fangu, Fuel, Ekoye. Dollar, Ekoye. Cedi Ekoye. Obi koto adia nebo aba from a more bag from 1,300 to 500 Ghana cedis. Iron rods from 9,500 to 7,000 Ghana cedis. Major shopping centers in this country so much to Obani Maso. Bibia aba from tomatoes, onion, bibia, inkosuyabo, bibia aba from. Enti ube yeden. Bofre amreswa edebienim. Bofre ambre oduano so a otina obesha enyede. Obesi yeso akausha yema. If you had anything better to do when you were the vice president and head of economic management team, and Kauye Magana for now so tie. It is anyama when na MPP delegates. Ese debi. We die yeji tumwa enye enya ade ye be so sande ma so. Into the tabamia e ntoma. Enti true to their worst. Oman to oman even in the face of sika omocha nyina. Oman to oman. Because almost say ombre ne yehwe enye ne mode monye de enso ani otiase enti amango flag bearers and presidential candidates a oba call election akwa Dr. Bawumia na mbon number kra enti the 2028 abaye beto no about records. It is not even about personalities. Say we na or NDC we na MPP debi about NDC and MPP. What has been the records of the NDC after taking over a government from the MPP? And what was the records of the MPP? That is all about it. So NDC is a working government. Takes an economy that was ranked a junk status economy to an economy that is performing B+. Takes an economy with a debt to GDP ratio of 61% to 45%. Takes an economy with inflation of 23.8% to a nominal 3.8% in 1 year. Takes an economy, the national debt here over 720 billion to 620 in 1 year. International reserves from $9 billion to $13.8 billion. Import cover from 3 months to 5 months under the NDC. These are the records. Fuel from 70 Ghana cedis per liter to 9.9 Ghana cedis per liter. These are the records that Yebeka wants them. Dollar from 60 Ghana cedis retail to 11 Ghana cedis retail and 10.8 Ghana cedis interbank rates. These are the records are Ghana for Beshenti Jadinina. Ono kwa man one koto niema ba okoto fango ba ebeton okoto oil ba beton. No. He is a major beneficiary. Wonya mfasodie kese pa wo enhihye ni niema pa. President Mamamu Dr. Atoforsin, Board CEO, Bank of Ghana Governor, Edi Egu akwan mu a Ebua amaniema akoye. And it is a matter of records. It is a battle of records. And no na Ghana for beshe. Because it is about bread and butter. Send the panel a more bag or ton the same, a bro bag or ton the same. And no na yebeshe near the year 2028 election. Into all the noise about say ye candidate for a bimukwako congratulating in no enkosi because I am about the records of the government. And Minu will be honest and candid enough to say, this is how far God has brought us under the leadership of President John Dramani Mahama. Kotoka sabi can be. You see, every election is a referendum on the incumbent. Ababia ebe to be on the performance. E modern ba aban na tia konyamu no abo no eno ne ye de behwe so ato aba. It is aban na tia konyamu timi yes anema we nyina in 1 year, including setting up a refinery of gold for the first time in the history of Ghana. Mas a umpe we na opekaya moto. Umpe we na opeden. In 1 year, and we have 3 years ahead of us. And it's a 1 year project. Imagine what will happen to us and in the next 3 years of the NDC government and the leadership of President John Dramani Mahama and Professor Nana Jenopo Kwajima. You bomb a basso for Jumapa. You bomb a basso for thinking about Ghana. And the 2028 campaign of the year, and yet a straightforward. A battle of records. Na mijidi say wa wohwe why a crowd say you take part in the debate because you run up to the 2028 election and you will come to the inevitable conclusion that the NDC government is worlds apart. The NDC government is unparalleled. The NDC government, a crowd say, Jumedi amode share yensano ya ye ni ye. In 1 year in government, you have stabilized the secondary education. You have over 6 million, 2 million young women are benefiting from a free sanitary pad program. Are benefiting. You have Ghana Medical Trust Fund. You have Jumera. You have National Apprenticeship Program. You have 1 million coders program. Your program be in a space of 1 year, you set up good board that generates over $11 billion our Bank of Ghana. I can go sector by sector. Education ministry, and then won't tell what team will come be our secondary school be because they are in the leadership of President John Dramani Mahama has made this possible. Sector by sector, energy, you are stabilizing Ghana power. Because of the investments in the energy sector. In fact, there is plan to build a new gas plant. Yesterday, why be done your friend President Mama will see gas plant now, 12 gas plant, $1 billion facility. President Mama is Osansu Besibiuma, and you can say you want what. Yaya Niama a bro adjoining here so to the benefit of the people of Ghana. Yadamasi say moment of truth. NDC 360 so. Ye try musima ni enema wie.
Heart of Ghana comes elegance that endures. Gold ball jewelry craft world-class jewelry from the finest gold, diamonds, and precious minerals. Gold ball jewelry designed to celebrate your milestones, your style, your legacy. Gold ball jewelry, pure, precious, proudly Ghanaian. Visit our showroom or shop online.
Edamase say don hwere mienu a etwa mu yi moje mre ene ye NDC 360. I believe say the makọ niema ahodo pii mu ama monya ne ntiase say NDC aban no ebo no homode ye de hyehye egu akwan mu ye de hyehye egu akwan mu a ama Ghana ebe ye krabe hwe mpanyinfoɔ se agorɔ ɛso no na adeɛ so ɛsa akwantufoɔ baabi a edu no ɛwɔ sɛ yɛne mu di nkra na wɔtwe sɛ na yɛhyia yɛda yɛ producers as executive producer yɛ crew yɛ MCR no bia Loud Silence TV, Loud Silence Media yɛdamase Weasel TV yɛdamase Angel TV yɛdamase TV XYZ Radio XYZ Power FM NDC 360 official Twitter NDC 360 Facebook and obibia are streaming live on your platforms. Tell a friend to tell a friend that now Nkwada bia at 8 p.m. I will say okay home na ye NDC 360 ni ene mo che ye mapa NDC amanyoku no ne NDC aban no eye emagana for me din the Dr. Samia ye me na me ye dwumadi eho chia me na wotwe se ne ye besan hia makramo.
What I can promise you is that I will be truthful to you. I will never tell you lies.